Welcome to today's live and answering the call. I'm Peggy O'Neill. I'm a consciousness coach and guide. I support you in living who you truly are, which is one with everything, love, peace, and happiness. Yes, those all sound like airy fairy terms. However, even science agrees with what I just said, that we're all one being. And then in our experience, as we experience that we're one being, we experience the love and the peace and the happiness that we are. And that goes hand in hand with our topic today, which is living your calling is a way of being. Living your calling is a way of being. So we want our being to align with our essential nature so that we can more naturally hear what it is that is calling to us and then fully express that. So again, welcome. As I mentioned, this is the group answering the call, and what we're doing here is answering the call in that way. How am I here to uniquely express what I'm here to offer, to accomplish, how to serve, and what comes before that also is answering the call to know who we truly are. So any sort of longing that you feel about anything in your life, those are actually callings, invitations to come home to ourselves. That's what we're always doing here, coming home to ourselves, to know who we truly are and to live as who we truly are. And I'm on a mission for millions of us to know this and live that way so we can create the world that we all know in our hearts is possible, one based on a foundation of love, peace, happiness, fulfillment, living as one being, living and working and playing together. And every week we talk about subjects that and topics and experiences that help us actually be able to live that way so that it's not some new age idea or something, that we can actually do it. So thank you for being here as we create that world. And if you're here in person, then please say hi in the comments and ask any questions, make any comments while you're here. If you're watching this on replay, please put in hashtag replay. I love knowing that you were here and appreciate knowing that you were here. And the same thing, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in there and we in the comments section, and then I will return to them and comment back. Sue, you made it. Great. Hi, Sue. So what we're going to do today is, like I said, living your calling as a way of being. So a lot of times when we think about calling, how I used to think about calling, we'd think about trying to get somewhere. So as I said in the information about today's session, that instead of trying to get somewhere, because that's again how most of us approach that. I'm going to learn something. I'm going to try to get somewhere. I'm going to try to get to my calling, which actually takes us further away because we're seeking, we're trying to find it outside of us when it's actually right here. So instead of trying to do that or become a better person, more of the same, of trying to get somewhere, be different, there's nothing to change about you. You are already perfect just as you are. In the world, in this moment, perfect just as you are. We're not going to go into detail about that today, but I just want you to know that. You could not be any different right now, do anything differently. You're right where you're supposed to be right now. And being a better person or thinking that you need to do something to be a better person takes you away from who you truly are. And we don't need to do practices and exercises. Again, the same thing takes us further away. We're trying to get somewhere instead of turning around and focusing on this, who we truly are. So we don't need to do any of that. So what we can do, though, is live our lives in a way that we can hear those callings, hear the calling, and manifest it, manifest the calling. So by hear it, I don't necessarily mean a voice. I think some people do hear voices. That's never happened for me. I get like there's a feeling that then I can add words to it. I can go, oh, that's what that means. So then I put a sentence with it or some words with it. We have nudges, just kind of feel like this is the direction to go in. Or we open up a book to a page, and right there on that page is some message that really reinforces. In fact, I had that happen several times this week. I was questioning something in my life, and right in a row, I got emails that reinforced that I was right where I was supposed to be and doing right what I was supposed to be doing. I was pretty fascinating, but it's exactly what I'm talking about today. That when we're open like that, living that way, knowing that the universe is here to support us and is always interacting with us, then we can get those messages just like I did. I got, I think, at least two, maybe three emails just within a few hours in one day when I was questioning some things. So, really, that's how it works. And also a commercial. I've heard plenty of commercials where I hear a line and I go, I've got to replay that because that was so good. I might use that in a newsletter or a conversation with somebody. So that's the universe is always talking to us. But we live that way. So again, it's a way of being. So what's that way of being? So I'm going to talk more about why am I saying everything that I'm saying today. And then we're going to learn 3 essential insights that can help you open to hear your calling and experience an exercise that opens you to this listening. So why am I saying what I'm saying? Again, as science says, we're one being. Science also says that all there is consciousness and everything is made of consciousness. Now, not all scientists agree with that, okay? But many do. And that's also the teachings of the great wisdom traditions. So science is catching up. The more leading edge science is catching up with the great wisdom traditions, that we're one being and that we're and that everything is consciousness. It's called the consciousness only model. It's a new paradigm for who we truly are and how life really is. So there is a reality. It's just not what we think it is. So for those of us who truly want to hear our calling, know our calling, live our calling, then of course we want to align our beliefs with these understandings that have now been proven true by the scientists and then been told us for at least 3,000 years by the great wisdom traditions. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is that that we are expressions of consciousness. So how could we be doing anything other than living out what consciousness wants to? Except what happens is, as long as we believe that we're separate and we've got to go do something and figure out something and go get somewhere, then consciousness will express through us in alignment with those beliefs. So we do a lot of unlearning here, unbelieving. Letting these old ideas, outdated ideas go so that we can then open to who we are, remove those things that limit us, that block what consciousness is trying to express through us. So 3 essential insights that can help you overcome, that can help you be open to hear your calling. I've just mentioned quite a few, but I'll give 3 specific right now. Is again, we're not separate. We're one intelligence, one consciousness, infinite intelligence, infinite potential. Right now, every now is a new now. Anything could be possible in this now, this now, this now. The main reason things don't happen seemingly very often in seemingly miraculous ways is because we keep holding on to the same thoughts and behaviors and feelings and so on that keep us, then that keeps every now repeating itself. So, but there's infinite potential available. So we can open to it by not listening to our thoughts and getting focused on our emotions and focused on all our activities, staying open. So, so that's one of the essential insights, is that we're one being. And that we are, by definition, meaning and purpose. So at the beginning of today, I said that our longings are actually inviting us back home. So many people right now are longing for meaning and purpose in their work, in their lives, and experiencing deep meaning and purpose. And the way a lot of people go about it then is to go try to find meaning in work or in maybe some practices to try to find meaning, find the purpose. And again, when we seek, it takes us further away. We already are, by definition, meaning and purpose. Think about it. If all there is consciousness, one being, and it's expressing through each of us in our own unique ways, what could be more meaningful than that? So we don't feel it because we don't believe it. We've been told other things, so we've got to go find meaning. That's not just automatic. So we again, we got to unbelief that belief. Unbelief that belief. So we are, by definition, meaning and purpose. And then we can know it in our being, but to know it, then we want to keep not listening to the thoughts that tell us we've got to go find meaning and purpose, that we're not this divine, sacred being. We have to quit believing all that, listening to any thoughts like that. The other thing, if we are expressions of consciousness, then actually what we are is a vessel, an open, empty vessel. However, originally we're an open, empty vessel. We filled it, again, with a lot of beliefs, thoughts, conditioning, behavior, that including a belief that we're separate, including a belief that we're not inherently purposeful and meaning and just incredible intelligence, infinite intelligence. And so, again, to start living as, oh, I'm this open vessel. I'm this open vessel. I'm this open channel. And as we start believing those things, in fact, I was watching a webinar a couple of nights ago about channeling, and one of the main thing for people to be able, we're all able to be channels. We are already channels. Like I just said, we're channels of the universe. And the thing they said, that the number one thing to be good at channeling, which means listening to what's coming to you, is the intention, or I'll also say belief. So the intention. So it's everything I'm talking about right today is really intention. It's believing these things. So it's intending. Oh, I'm going to hear the universe. I'm going to hear infinite intelligence. So so intending and knowing that we're this vessel that is just, it's not waiting in the way we think of waiting, but it's ready. There we go. That's a better word. It's ready for us to be open. So that's another insight. And then another insight, so this is the fourth one. So you're getting 4. As I was thinking about this, what else to say, is that when we're contracted in our bodies, and most of us are in this culture, we're tight because we're always in a hurry. We're going somewhere. We're holding on. Because also we believe that we're separate. We're defended, we're defensive, we're defended, we're trying to protect ourselves, hold ourselves back, restrain ourselves. A lot of our conditioning has been about, don't speak up till you're asked. All those sorts of things tighten us, constrict us. We can feel it in our bodies. So we want to be more and more relaxed, because relaxing is an open energy. Contraction, think about it, when we're contracted, something can't get in. When we're open and allowing in our experience, then we are being that vessel that can let lots of ideas and information come in. So those are insights that can help us open to our calling, to hear it. And now an exercise. So what we're going to do actually is support us in relaxing these constrictions. So if you're not driving and you're willing to, then I encourage you to close your eyes. And if you don't want to close your eyes, if you look on a wall or on the floor 6 to 8 feet in front of you, and relax the muscles around your eyes. And put your feet, uncross anything you've got crossed, arms or legs. Put your feet on the ground. Or if you're lying down, that's fine too. Just uncross anything. And then take a deep breath. A breath in and a breath out. Let's take another breath in. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And as you breathe, notice that you don't have to do anything to breathe. It's natural. Breathing is natural. It occurs naturally. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to go out and get it. You don't have to prove yourself to breathe. There's no efforting Just it's right there available. So we can breathe in and notice, oh yeah, it happens naturally. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to be a better person. That's how life is. It's natural if we allow it, just as with breathing. Yes, life really is this natural. It's available for us just like the breath is. Our calling, what we're here to do, is just as available as the air that we breathe. We've just been conditioned to ignore it, to get a degree or a certificate or a job or something like that and define ourselves and our calling by that, instead of this sort of this knowing, this allowing. Oh, allow it to come. It's there. We open to it. So as you're breathing, just let it sink in. I'm not having to do anything for this. And it's the same with what you're called to do. Just have to allow it, like the air. Just as with the air, you have everything else already. Notice your body, unless you've got some sort of major illness, your body functions pretty well on its own. Just as in life, all we have to do is permit life, not resist or hinder it, which is what I was talking about earlier. We hinder it with beliefs that are inconsistent with the nature of reality and about ourselves, what we have to do or not do. So we can give up hindering life. And now we're going to relax our body more fully. We'll start with your toes. Relax your toes. Relax the balls of your feet, the arches, the heels. Relax the tops of your feet, ankles. Relax your shins and your calves. Relax the fronts of your knees and the backs of your knees. Relax your thighs and your buttocks. Your hips. Your pelvis. Your stomach. Relax your solar plexus. Relax your lower back, your middle back, relax your upper back, relax your chest and heart area. And the fronts and backs of your shoulders. Relax your upper arms, the inside and the outside of your elbow, elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, the backs of your hands, your fingers, the palms of your hands, relax your throat area, the sides and back of your neck, the back of your head, the sides of your head, the top of your head. Relax your chin, your lips, and the muscles around your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your temples, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eye sockets, the muscles around your eyes, your eyes. Allow yourself to relax completely. If you notice any other holding or contraction or defenses, allow those to relax. Give up yourself to your chair. Allow the chair to hold you. Allow yourself to feel held, just as the universe, source, consciousness is holding you right now. Allow the floor to hold your feet. Allow yourself to be more sensitive and open. If it feels uncomfortable to be this relaxed or to think about relaxing more, just allow that as well. In fact, relax that. Relax that resistance. What you're doing right now is allowing yourself the experience, being more sensitive, more open, more available, to be more the vessel that you're truly here to be, that you truly are. And when you're ready, slowly and gently open your eyes. And so if you're wanting to know more clearly what you're called to do, or maybe you're clear about, or not just called to do, but called to be, or called to express. And as Rick Rubin said, he founded is it Def Jam Records, and has done a lot of things with musicians. And as he said, no one is waiting for more of the same. So sometimes as we're listening, what we hear might not be normal, or what we think we ought to be hearing, or so it might not be something necessarily to do. It may be a next step. I've gotten pretty clear that for most of us, we're not going to have some ground. We're used to goals, like we clarify what the goal is, and now we're going to go there. Typically, that's not how the calling is revealed. Either an overall calling, or additions to what we're up to now, or we can sense what else do I want to bring to what I'm doing now, or who I'm being now. They tend to come in like steps at a time, nudges, steps at a time. So part of it is trusting the nudges and the steps, but to follow through on each one, keep following through. Even if we don't know where it's going, that's part of how this is set up, so to speak, as far as I can tell. And so the more that we remember everything I've said today, and we stay open and sensitive, then we feel more nudges, hear more nudges, whatever it is for you. Might be hearing, might be a taste, might be a smell, something just kind of lights you up, wakes you up. Oh, that was interesting. What was that? Or whispers in the wind. We've all had ideas come from us out of nowhere. That's what it's like. These ideas, wait, where'd that come from? What is that? And just as Rick Rubin said, no one's waiting for more of the same. Yeah, that's exciting. What else is possible? What's uniquely yours to express? So that's an exercise that you can return to over and over again to keep relaxing and opening yourself. So to review today, I say that we're living your calling as a way of being, so you probably now have a sense of that. It's not something to do, to figure out, to go get. It's knowing who you are. So that's one of the insights. Knowing who you are, one with everything. That means your infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, infinite potential. That means that's who you are. So knowing that and not listening to any person or yourself that says otherwise. Another insight is to know, oh yeah, if I'm source, consciousness, of course, I am by definition meaning and purpose. And that you're a vessel. You're a vessel. You're a unique vessel of the universe. And then another insight is that, when we're tight, constricted, restricted, we're not going to be able to live as the vessel that we could be. So to keep relaxing ourselves, or we notice we're tight, relax ourselves in that moment. You don't have to go through a whole exercise, just notice, oh, like I lots of times notice that my thighs are tight if I'm starting to feel stress. So I immediately relax them when I notice, as soon as I do. I just relax. So I hope this was useful. I hope that you're able to take it and let us know what sort of insights, ideas come to you. And we're here to support you. Post anything, ask anything. I do have a free workshop coming up February the 18th, Saturday, from 11 to 12:30 Central, where we'll go more deeply into various insights and illusions that veil over, that clog up that vessel, and insights that can free those illusions so that we're more free and available to live who we truly are, and to listen to the calling that's inviting us to express in our own unique way. So I'd love for you to come. If you want to, just send me a DM or put in the comments workshop, and I'll send you the Zoom link. So are there any other comments today or any questions? All right. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Maybe see you on the 18th too. Bye. Thanks again, Sue, for being here.